Afternoon, guys. Just a little rant, really, on certain type of van lifers. As you know, I'm a van lifer. Excuse me. Just on my dinner break. These van lifers who park up on industrial estates and don't move for months. I know some years. It was our first winter on the road last year, and sort of the only negative encounters I had was with other van lifers, really, and it was the ones who, like I say, park up on roads on industrial estates and never move, and think they've got the authority to come and tell other van lifers what to do or where to park. I had one guy last year on an industrial estate moaning at me, knocking my van door because I left my step outside the door. You know, I'm only there for a night. It was a step on the road outside my back door, and my car was behind that. So you can imagine politely what I told him to do. You know, I don't hide, I'm living in my van. I pay my tax, my road tax. I pay my tax because I work. No different to anybody else, really, whether you live in a property or I choose to live in a van. I still pay all my taxes. But yeah, I've been surprised by a few van lifers, like I say, who park up, never move. And actually, these are the guys who are bringing it on top for us who are living in vans. You know, the hanging the washing out on industrial estates on fences and using the pavements as picnic areas and never moving. So locals constantly have got struggle for parking spaces because you've got 2 or 3 vans taking up half a street what never move. I don't agree with it. You know, move on. You know, we do. I use winter months. I'm on the road. You know, stay for a night and we move on. Summer months, yeah, I do use campsites a lot. Why not? I can afford to. You know, shower blocks, toilet facilities, washing facilities on site. With me working, makes it a little bit easier for me coming and going in the summer. So yeah, in summertime I tend to use sites a lot. I've got friends who own a couple of campsites and do some good rates and deals. So yeah, that's the path I choose in the summer months, and come September, October, back on the road again. But yeah, just airing a few thoughts about van lifers who never move. You know, like a bit like the van lifers up in Bristol. You know, they bring it on top. We're not all hippies. We're not all on the dole. We're not all down and out. Some of us choose to live in our vans or take early retirement and live in a van. You know, the amount of people I've met who've worked hard all their lives, sold their properties and bought a motorhome, got a few quid in the bank as well, and decided to travel the world, travel England, and live their life. Like, you know, everybody's got a story to tell who lives in a van, and we're not all, you know, down and out. It's like, and I hate to say it, you know, because I'm a van lifer, but, you know, some of them are, you know, some of them do take the P, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, just, you know, give us your opinion. Or if you're one of these van lifers who sit and never move and think you got the authority to tell other van lifers. And some, you know, I've heard some horrific stories off women van lifers with these certain individuals I'm talking about who've, you know, tried to do the same to me, but it didn't quite work with me because I'm local to where I live in my van. I've lived here all my life, and yeah, these guys have tried bullying other van lifers, saying you can't park there, and I think it's absolutely disgusting. You know, and I've told these certain van lifers, you're the ones that bring it on top, never moving, and who do you think you are, telling people where and when they can park? It's a bit hypocritical. But yeah, it's a shame to come across that. But yeah, the only sort of issues I come across last winter was off other van lifers. You get Joe Public looking at certain places when we park up. I think a lot of the time out of curiosity or looking at my van. It's my van's a bit different. It's a big Luton. I've converted, like, you know, and people sometimes look at me strangely living in my van, but most of the times when people step inside it and see how homely it is home from home. But yeah, just a little rant about other van lifers who park up on industrial estates and think they own the road. Get to, you know what I'm saying. Give us your opinion, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.